one of our ballroom dance friends here who said, can you do a segment on how to not compare yourself to other dancers, especially if your pro instructor has other students who are a lot better than you and win more than you, etc. So, I do have some coping strategies for you. Number one, get videos of yourself. I know it's a small fortune if you're at a comp to get a video, but in my opinion, that is worth 10 private lessons. It's one thing to hear secondhand from your coach, hey, you need to work on this and this and this. And it takes your learning to next level if you get a little visual confirmation of, oh, that's what he or she was talking about. Okay? Another amazing benefit, friends, is if you look, I get it. When you're going up the ranks, you're working your keister off, and it's like, it's so hard to see the forest through the trees because you know what? You don't become a champion overnight. It's like just microns of progress every single day that add up over the days, over the weeks, over the years to create a truly beautiful dancer. But that can be you too. And it's helpful if you look at an old video of yourself and you're like, oh, I'm horrible. Well, guess what? I'll bet today you can see a lot more of the problems in your dancing than you could, say, 3 years ago. And you probably look at the video now and think you're even worse than then. So go back and check out some of those old dance videos and take some video of your dancing now for posterity. Even if it's just in a lesson or a social dance, then my preference is the comp video if you compete. And most of our channel subscribers here do compete, but either way, the video is going to help in a number of ways, especially your morale and learning. Okay, number 2, trust you, me. The dance community that is around your area of the world right now, as well as the worldwide dance community, is going to look totally different in 5 years, and it's going to look again totally different in 10 years. And things change and people come on and off the scene. People that you could never beat or suddenly, quit for whatever reason. People that you had no idea who they are. They come out of nowhere like gangbusters and surpass you. Things change, okay? So especially if you have, a couple comps with what you feel is a devastating result, take it with a grain of salt. It's going to look way different. You never know what's coming down the pike. So here's a story for you. When I was working my way up the ranks, and I just started championship, there was a youth family. So they had a number of children. I won't say the gender because I don't really want to narrow down who this is. But they had huge, limitless piles of money. And they had everything in the world. They flew in all of the coaches, top coaches around the world to their home, their mansion, where they had their own full-size ballroom. They flew these coaches around the world with them to do every single top comp politically, nationally and internationally. They bought a house in London just so they wouldn't have to unpack because they were in London so often. And I thought, these kids, once they join the adult A and the pro, I'm never going to be able to beat them. I just don't have those type of resources. They were so rich, guys. I went to a party at their house because we shared this, some of the same coaches. And anyway, this was after a national championships. They had so much money, they had their own zoo, a zoo on their property. Okay, this is insane. And of course, I'm not like wanting bad for these people. I think, wow, if I could only be in their shoes, I'm never going to beat them. But guess what, guys? Dad was taken to federal court for tax evasion. And Dad went to prison and they lost everything. And they not only lost, their ability to get the best coaching in the world, all the travel they wanted. They lost everything. They couldn't even dance anymore, and they don't dance to this day. So you just don't know. However good you think someone else has it, you know what? I have seen championship level pros, healthy as a horse. We all eat super healthy. We exercise every day. None of us do drugs. Some of the Italians smoke, but none of my friends smoke. Well, maybe one. Okay, well, most of us don't smoke, and we take very good care of ourselves, and they're struck down by cancer at a young age. You just don't know what the future holds, guys. So set aside life changes, anything and everything is possible in life, okay? Number 2, however much you envy someone else, remind yourself every day there's other people who envy your dancing and are looking up to you. I promise you that. And they envy your accomplishments. And oh my gosh, I placed second to last in this competition. Well, guess what? That one couple behind you, they would probably love to be you. There's always someone coming up behind you that admires you and respects you and emulates you, okay? And so it's natural that you're going to feel that way about someone else. Number 3, remember, the people who are better than you are very likely to have given up more than you to achieve the skill level that they have, whether that be years of working on their dancing, or the amount of money they're dropping on lessons, or the amount of money and work loss that they're dropping going to competitions, or even, in my case, I personally chose not to take political lessons, and that hurt my marks. And although I did feel envy for my friends that placed higher than me, my heart went out to them because they were taking lessons. I know we all didn't like those coaches, and they were taking one, the hit. So they're paying. I guarantee those people that are better than you have paid and are paying somehow, and there's a cost to something else, okay? Whether that be, spending time with their kids. I mean, the list is endless, okay? Okay, next up, remind yourself that you have the potential and you will improve, okay? So the dancing that you see in that video or on the comp floor today is not what's going to be there in the future, okay? Okay, next up, take a step back. We as human beings are prone to hyperbole. If you don't speak English as a native language, basically this means, for example, I'm very rarely late to lessons. I don't, once, twice a year, but you know what? Snafu happens dropping off the kids at school, whatever. And I show up late and I feel like, okay, total amateur hour. I am the worst person in the world. I am so unprofessional. My students think I don't care about them. Are they going to come back for lessons? Now, if I intellectually step back and I look at this, that's silly. But, this is a natural human emotion. We things don't go this well that we were planning on, and it just feels, like a mountain of weight on your shoulders. And so just know that you're a human being and these feelings are natural. You might even try talking about it with your ballroom dance friends who are outsiders looking in on your dancing. They might be able to give you a little more of a opinion based on perspective than just being that person. Because I get it. I'm also my own worst critic, okay? Okay, final piece of advice for you is great advice I received going up the ranks that I appreciate every day. And it's whether it's in my competitive career, in my ballroom dance lessons, when I'm teaching, it's never as good as it seems, and it's never as bad as it seems, okay? And in my opinion, there's a great deal of good that can come out of comparing yourself to others. And I want to give you some strategies for that next time, because I'm going over that 10-minute mark